Okay, what's up there, people? Hunter Spoke Riders here, and this is where I'm at with it so far with the fire pit metal art project. Worked on it all weekend, although today is Tuesday, but I did work on it all weekend, and Sunday was kind of a hectic day. I put a lot of work in on it Sunday, but I didn't do a lot of filming because I was trying to hurry up and get it done, but it just didn't work out that way. I just didn't feel like it really being necessary to put a bead all the way around this thing. So what I did is I put little small beads, 3 in between each little window here. So you got 3 there, 3 there, 3 there, 3 there. And on top of that, I also put 1 bead on the outside in 4 spots right by the post. Once I got it all together, I looked at it, I realized I didn't like the gray that was on there, the finish. So I commenced to try to grind it off. Well, I got partially done with it. Not even done, I got a partial way with it. Once I started, it's like one of the things, once you start, you can't really stop. You either gotta commit to it or you should have never started at all. So once I got it, powder coating clogged up everything I tried to use on it. So then I ended up having to sand it with some 80 grit all the way around. And then after that, I went back with a grinder and just kind of grinded little lines in it, just to give it a little pattern all the way around. Just because it was so uneven when I was trying to grind it before. When I was trying to grind it before, I was just trying to get the powder coating off, and I was going all different directions. So once I sanded it with the 80 grit, and that's the only way I just 80 grit, a lot of 80 grit and a DA. Once I got it all off, you could see the grind marks in all different directions I was going. So just to even everything out, I went back over it with the grinder, just going up and down, just to kind of give it an even looking pattern all the way around. I did that before I welded this on here. There was grinding dust all over the place, all on this. So I took a rag and decided to start dusting it off. And I was just trying to move too fast, and I didn't have a glove on. And this right here, the inner ring, as I was trying to dust this off to weld this onto the plate, sliced the hell out of my finger. So after I sliced the hell out of my finger, got that all patched up, I came back out and did all these welds. So all these welds right here, these on the outside edge, and these ones on the outside were kind of welding under the rest because my fingers was throbbing, and all I did was just pack some Neosporin in it, tape it up with some tape, and kept it moving. Monday, I commenced to go into back to the metal yard. I bought a sheet of this stuff here and basically grinded it, cleaned it off, sanded it down, and cut it in 4 pieces. These covers are what I'm going to use to cover these little squares up on the side here. How I'm going to do this, I don't have a solid game plan yet. But basically, I got to put this right here, get this to bend somehow. And this is pretty thick. This is pretty thick metal right here. So I got to get this to bend. And once I get this to bend, I get that bend. Once I figure out how to get that bend there and hold that bend there, I'm just going to weld it from the inside. So on the outside, all you'll see instead of just an open hole, you'll see that little mesh right there. Okay, I think I have figured it out. This is the plan. It's not easy because I'm out here solo right now. I think I can make it work. Just gonna use this, I'm gonna tell you, man, this little Harbor Freight Porter Power thing was money well spent. Over the years, it's definitely come in handy. Especially if you're in a situation where you're doing stuff by yourself, or even when you're not by yourself. It's just, all around a pretty cool little thing. But that's going to be the setup right there. I got to get a little bit closer on this edge, but this is just the basis of it right here. And that's how it's going to sit. That little mesh in there. And this is in here, holding it in. And I just jack it up and it kind of makes it bend. So that's what it's going to be, man. I just have to see if this will work, and this is how it's going to go down. Now I just gotta take this apart, pull this out of here, and grind all that out so I can weld it. And then once I weld this in, one at a time, boom, boom, and boom, start closing these windows off. I think this is the ticket. That's the way it's going to work out. I think it's looking pretty good. I believe I didn't want to get too crazy with the welds. I might add a few more welds later on, but for right now, I just want to get all 4 of them on there and take it from there. I obviously don't need that on the side, but it makes it easier to bend and have stuff to catch on to if the piece is that big. So having a little bit over is better than trying to cut a square and have just a little bit edge on it and make it hard to bend. But it looks a little rough on the inside, but that's okay. The inside is not important. What's important is how it looks on the outside. And there it is. It closed up that window. And it's nice and stiff. That's why I'm glad I went with the thicker metal mesh. And there it is. 1 down, 3 more to go. I got all 4 screens on there. And overall, this project is about 90% done. I still got a few more things I want to do, little small things. I don't know, man. This was not, 3 of them were not that bad because I was kind of putting my welder, or putting the welder handle through the open one and kind of doing it like that. But I got down to the last one. It was pretty hard because I had to go from the top. I didn't have an open one to do it. It was kind of a crazy angle. Okay, what's up there, people? Underspoke Riders here. And I'm just out here still working on the old metal art fire pit project. Now, what you see right here, the reason why it looks different is because I'm sitting up here and drilling out the little holes of the mesh. I wanted to make a few holes bigger. This was just going to be a random test panel. I have 4 windows to do. I kind of had an idea what I wanted to put on 3 of them. But for this one of them I wasn't sure, so I just want to make like kind of a freestyle. I just did this freestyle with the main test right here. I used 2 different sizes of drill bits just to kind of test it out. And this is what it looks like from behind. More of a dramatic effect, but when it's dark and the light shines through, then there'll be like a little pattern right here. So this, I just kind of did the bigger holes just to see how big they were. I really didn't like that. I probably won't use that drill bit again for what the other 3 I'm trying to do. I might come back and do a little bit more on this, but this is the overall of it. This one right here, I had to actually draw out with a marker, try to figure it out. I'm going to try to drill it out to put the ear. I made this. It ain't nothing spectacular. I just take this little drill bit right here, find the hole. I just put it randomly on this one right here, and one down and a whole bunch more to go. You get the idea. Lighting is a little dark and dim, but there's a reason for that. This is what I've been using for the last day, pretty much all day yesterday and half the day today. But I am finally done with the drilling process. I used a combination of different size drill bits, and then this little thing here, and even I had to use this one here. I had to use a combination of everything. But here it is. All the drilling is done. Right here, I got this little pattern. This is kind of like a freestyle. I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. I started out with one thing. I just added a little bit more today, but I think I'm not gonna add any more to this one. That one right here is the ear. Of course, I've built this monstrosity metal art project fire pit 2019. Got this one over here representing Phoenix, Arizona. And this one over here, kind of hard to see because it's along the wall, but I'll go back around the other way. But there it is. It's coming along. It's about 95% done. There's a few more little things I need to grind out, smooth out. A couple little things I want to weld on here. But that's just kind of the sun, the moon, the mountains. There you have it, man. Thanks for watching Hunter Spoke Riders. Subscribe today to not miss a video. You want to hit that little bell like so. Easy. Don't forget about the notifications. All you gotta do is go up there and click it just like that. Slide on down there, hit that save button, and then you won't miss a video. It's that easy.